Dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
National Electrical Safety Month is held every May to raise awareness about the importance of staying safe around electricity. Visit les.com/safety for safety tips on power lines, tree trimming, storms, and so much more.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and they're having the biggest hail sale they've ever had. A huge opportunity is at your front door right now. Some of these cars we're fixing, some we're not, and some it's totally up to you. New Sierra starting at $15,000 off list. New Canyons at $8,500 off list. New body styles on the Acadias, $3,000 off list. You need to hurry as there's going to be a lot of people heading to Louisville. Check us out at cobblecars.com. Stock numbers G121492, G187747, and G196599.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
You grew up on cereal for breakfast and you graduated into drinking coffee at some point as an adult. Now there's a place in Lincoln where you can stay caffeinated but eat like you used to. Control Coffee and Cereal Bar brings Saturday morning vibes to every day with locally roasted specialty coffees, Lotus energy drinks, and tons of breakfast cereals with toppings. And did we mention they have video games to play while you're there too? Control Coffee and Cereal Bar open 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the weekends at 15th and Pine Lake.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
You grew up on cereal for breakfast and you graduated into drinking coffee at some point as an adult. Now there's a place in Lincoln where you can stay caffeinated but eat like you used to. Control Coffee and Cereal Bar brings Saturday morning vibes to every day with locally roasted specialty coffees, Lotus energy drinks, and tons of breakfast cereals with toppings. And did we mention they have video games to play while you're there too? Control Coffee and Cereal Bar open 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the weekends at 15th and Pine Lake.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
Welcome into The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome into The Breeze. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. We got Haas Tabrizi streaming in, no DP, as the man has taken a break, a well-deserved break at that one. So me and Haas will carry you through at least for another half an hour here. And then, of course, Royals taking over on the brick and mortar. But in the meantime, you guys can still join 402-464-5685. That is the Starter Heyman text line. You can put a face to the voice, Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo, channel 961. Haas Tabrizi, how's it going on? It's a beautiful Sunday, at least around my parts, on this Mother's Day, as I should say as well.
Yeah, the weather's great in the DMV area. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms listening out there. A lot of going on in the sports world. We've talked about the most important months in sports, and when you have the playoffs for two sports that are major sports, it's a fun time. I will say these blowouts in the NBA have made it harder to watch these games. So the only thing that's been nice to watch is to watch the Knicks come back down 20 multiple times and win games, and then didn't even care to watch the game yesterday. So to know that the Celtics, the defending champs, who are supposed to have the easiest road to back-to-back championships, are struggling a little bit against a team that they owned and dominated in the regular season. It's surprising, but as a Laker fan, I don't mind it at all.
Yeah, you guys are sick in that way. No, I'm just it's a good rivalry. Is the Celtics ahead of you guys now on banner count?
By one, but while I was alive, not even close.
Yeah. Well, Bill Russell, when there's 10 teams, was like just handing them out to you guys left and right, just dominating, and rightfully so. But I will say, with the Celtics, and maybe we'll have to get into this because I've asked a few people this, but, next year they keep everybody together. They'll be paying $500 million. The luxury tax alone is anywhere between $280 to like $330 million, just luxury tax. And the team itself would be like $225 million. Do you think about blowing things up? Even though they just won a championship last year, but next year,
no,
I understand they got one versus the Knicks.
No.
They got to move from one of those pieces, though. Even if you want to keep it together, $500 million for 1 year is insane.
Cannot give up Tatum and Brown. You can give up a piece and still be fine. So,
Also, I don't know if that's me or you, but you sound incredibly robotic right now.
I can sound more robotic if you like. Am I robotic?
Yeah, I'm gonna mute. Try it one more time.
Good evening, Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yeah, I don't know. 402-464-5685. Maybe it's just me in my own headset, but that sounds incredibly robotic. Try just hopping out, checking your audio settings, and then hop back in here. And if the streams tell me differently, then that'll be the case. So with that being said, I was going to wait for Tabrizi to hop back in here. We'll keep talking NBA since I think that is the direction Tabrizi wants to go anyway. And we do get some games on today. And I do believe the Nuggets. Yeah, so Nuggets Thunder, that one is today at 2:30. And the Nuggets helped themselves out tremendously by picking up after getting absolutely blown out over, I think it was 149 to, well, I don't even know exactly what it was. It was a 40-plus point win, though, say that much. But let's bring Tabrizi back in here. Try one more time. Haas, we'll see how you sound now.
As much as I dislike keeping them together, they need to keep Brown and Tatum together.
Okay. And you sound fine now.
It's a wonderful thing to sound nice on a radio station.
You should have heard it. It was it was scary all at the same time. I don't know. And that's why I feel for the listeners out there. I was like, if that's not just me hearing it, a horrible noise. No one should have to hear that on Mother's Day. Apologies.
John Cena just took over my microphone and destroyed it.
Yeah, as an unknown texter, it's not just your headset. So there you go, Haas. Way to, terrorize the fine listeners here in Lincoln, Nebraska on what is supposed to be a peaceful and nice Mother's Day. But where do you want to go? Yeah,
so yeah, got to keep those two. Got to keep those two. Whatever. So the better teams get rid of good players a year before they should, instead of a year too late. So you don't get rid of people in before their prime. Brown and Tatum are before their prime. They're not even near their prime yet.
I know. Yeah, but true. I'm okay with that. You're just going to have to figure out some, ways to move a lot of these contracts.
All right, let's
look at their salary, because those two alone are what's demanding a significant amount of money for they have long-standing contracts too. So you're locked in with those guys.
So there's pieces that are repetitive. So Drew Holiday. So
yeah, move Drew Holiday.
In the post, they're repetitive. So Horford and Porzingis are repetitive. So
yeah, but Horford, this is his last year. You're not worried about Horford.
That's an easy. Horford's an easy one, even though he should become an assistant coach.
He should be.
So White's there for a while. The value of White and Drew Holiday is very similar.
No, it's not. I like Derek White, but Drew Holiday's much higher value.
Okay, well, you can ask Steve Kerr that, but the point is, if you're talking about Brown and Tatum, you must keep them. So having a fourth person is a luxury out of Holiday and White. That's what I meant.
Okay, yeah.
And then if you're going to get rid of Horford, then okay, fine. So you can keep Porzingis. So that's some salary gone. You got to find a way to. Jeez,
it's a mess. That's what I'm telling you. It's so much money. Porzingis is the one you got to get rid of.
I mean, it would be nice if they could trade Holiday and Porzingis to a very strong rebuilding team and just get a bunch of draft picks. That's what I would do if I'm Brad Stevens.
I always say this, like the Porzingis, like it always sounds great at the time. The best teams out there, unless your name's Jokic, but like it's always your best interest to find your good average center, your JaVale McGee's of the world, your Zubac's of the world, Gortat for the Wizards, like way back in the day. Steven Adams, what it was for the longest time. Well, Steven Adams is a little different. He was like a 1 year demanding quite a bit of money consistently, but it was still $20 million as compared to what do they got for Porzingis for? Yeah, about $30 million a year. So you're saving 10 mil there. You just can't afford. You can't afford Porzingis. You can't afford Derek White, Andrew Holiday, and you got a guy like Peyton Pritchard who you can definitely afford, but a lot of these contracts, they're just not going to be able to keep it together unless they're just okay with paying that much money in luxury tax. But if they lose in the second round, I can tell you they're probably not okay with paying that much in the luxury tax.
So check this. If you're the Pistons, do you take 2 first-round picks from the Celtics with Porzingis, with Drew Holiday for nothing.
If you're the Celtics?
If you're the Pistons.
Oh, if you're the Pistons?
The Pistons give up nothing. I haven't looked at anything. I haven't just given a story. I don't know how the cap will work, but the Pistons have one of the lowest team salaries for next year. And they were pretty good. So if you give them Drew Holiday next to Cade Cunningham, and you give them Porzingis, an offensive big with the defensive bigs that they have, and 2 first-round picks to take that $60 million of salary off the Celtics book,
Would
you do that? Would you do that if you're the Pistons?
I think so, right? Because if you want to follow the example of like how the Rockets and Thunder all of a sudden took the league by storm, it's through drafts and picks and just constantly using what you have to reload and get even more.
So if I'm the Celtics, do you do that with 2, or do you have to, or you're like, nah, I can only give up 1?
I mean, you definitely start off saying, I only give up 1. And then
they've already said no. We're not going to do it with 1.
Do 2. I think you got to figure out this leverage, and then you can at least keep Tatum and Brown together,
and White.
Like that's your best way to keep the dynasty window open. Is you're gonna have to offload it somehow, because no one's gonna. I can't find too many people taking it otherwise.
Holiday's 34, Horford's 38, Porzingis is 29.
Yeah.
Jeez, Porzingis is only 29. He feels like he's 32. Like he's so hurt and been around so long.
Well, yeah, he was the unicorn when he got drafted to the Knicks, and it's just been a lot of years of injury where he's in and out, and you kind of forget about him. Because even with the Celtics last year, he was in and out, and now this year once again here. But that's where I'm
Drew Holiday's skill set. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to throw that at you with the Celtics. Like, to me, I might try to move Brown or Tatum.
For what?
See what I can get. I don't know yet.
And keep Porzingis and Holiday and White?
Is Tatum worth a guaranteed $277 million?
He is.
Okay. And Brown, 285?
He is.
All right. Well, this is where you don't panic in the playoffs, so we'll see. I could be proven wrong here. I'm not making those phone calls yet if I'm the GM. Don't get me wrong.
I hate the Celtics so much, and I would love for them to break them up, but you do not break up those 2.
I know, but this roster is so insanely expensive, and I just don't think people fully understand it. And that's your best way to fix this insane luxury cap. And if this is truly a dynasty window, I think they'll make it out of the second round. But them losing to the Knicks the way they have been has been a bit of a shocker. Now, they did look fine. They bounced back yesterday. It was a boring game. They controlled it pretty much the entire time. But when you look at all the teams in the West and you look at the Celtics, I guess I just first ask you, who do you got coming out of the East? Do you even have the Celtics?
They're supposed to come out of the East.
Yeah.
They're the best team in the East. They're the best team in the East. But the text that I have with my boys is, man, it's so fun rooting for my second favorite team. And if you know who I am, I don't have a second favorite team. I only have one favorite team because I think it's lame to cheer for multiple teams. But my second favorite team in the NBA is anyone the Celtics are playing. So with that said, I'm obviously with my heart going to say, yeah, no, the Celtics shouldn't make it. But the Celtics are by far the favorite in the East.
Yes.
Now, if Cleveland comes back and is fully healthy, that'll be a fun series.
Is Darius Garland going to be?
He came back.
He came back, but he was kind of gimping around again. I don't know if he was.
They have 3 injuries there. So, can they get back in time? They bought themselves some time by winning game 3.
Uh-huh.
And it's the same with Golden State. Golden State winning 1 bought them a little bit of time. Winning yesterday would have really helped. I think the refs missed the memo with 2 bad fouls on Draymond Green last night.
But now it sounds like Steph Curry, he might even miss the entire series, which is really concerning.
When did that come out?
I'm pretty sure I saw that yesterday. Unless I got NBA sent help. Let me double check on that. It's unreal how that's a real possibility now. And
Oh,
like
it
I hate
so
to
is.
admit it, it's gotten me before. This
I
will be the
saw
second
Paige Beckers drop 54 last night, and I was like, I don't think she did. I don't think she did.
Yeah, it's I saw, oh man. I saw something similar to that. I'm blanking on the exact story of it, but let me see if I can
All right,
quick
text line 424645685. What is the worst NBA centel that you've felt in the last couple of months? What is the worst NBA centel that you felt?
The Luca one I
what's
thought was going to be the best centel of all time until it was not. It was real. The Luca trade. Still a stupid trade. I don't care what. I know the Lakers lost in the first round. They still won that trade easily.
I mean, that and like Kobe's death were like two things that were just
Yeah.
like, there's no way that's real. There's no way that's real.
Well, it's because TMZ was the first one, I think, to report Kobe, which was just horrible. For them to jump the gun on it the way they did, and also just to figure out through that, because it just, you're immediately not buying it. You're just unsure. Okay, 17 hours ago. I guess it's not, they didn't clarify it, but it does seem like it just basically says more likely that there's a chance he's going to miss a series here. And this is just Athlon Sports. No real quotes from Curry, though. So it's just going to be reevaluated again.
Well, for the Warriors to do what they've done without Curry is pretty impressive. So it was like a 2-point game late. To be able to do that without Curry and then with Draymond fouling out with about 5 minutes left. If they can get to a game 6, I wouldn't be surprised if Curry comes back and the Warriors win. I have no clue what's going on over there. I don't know how high of a grade the hamstring strain is, but if there's any chance for him to show up in a game 6, it's just hard because the hamstrings, groins, calves, those are muscles that need explosion to help with explosion.
Wednesday's what the quote, reevaluate Wednesday, which would be game 5. But the way they're talking, it's unlikely, but he will be reevaluated again on Wednesday. And then if he's out for that, then the next game, you do get some time. The next game wouldn't be until Sunday.
That's game 6?
Yeah, the way they have it right now. Yeah, game 6 would be Sunday.
That the Warriors got to know if they could just win one and get it to next Sunday, that the chef will limp around and just stand in the corner and just make it 4-on-4.
That's really all I need is one. Because if Steph comes back, it's, I was saying this the other day. I can't remember what show it was, but it's crazy. Once you're a team that like breaks through as a legitimate dynasty, it is so hard to stomp those teams out. Like the NBA has been trying to get rid of the Warriors forever. They thought they did it the one year where they didn't make the playoffs at all because of some injuries. Then the next year, the Warriors run all the way and win the championship again. And then even this year, was anybody really talking about the Warriors? And then even after the Jimmy Butler trade, people still weren't really buying into it because they clock in at the 7th seed. And then they go ahead and win through the play-in, and they beat the Rockets, which is a young team. But, if Curry's healthy, especially the way they came out in that first game, like you probably like the Warriors to win the series, which is insane to think because nobody in their right mind, I don't think, it would have said that early in the season.
Man, I'm happy for Kuminga. I didn't even notice he had 30 points last night.
Oh, he went off.
That's crazy.
Look, I had to check as well when I looked at the box score. I was like, no, hold on here. Like Kuminga didn't do that.
Look, Jimmy Butler, man. You did this 4 or 5 years ago. You took on the Timberwolves with the scout team. You need to unleash your greatnesses, bro. You need to just come in and be like, we got this. These bums suck. I'm going to take care of Ant. I'll drop 50. Hield's going to drop 7 threes, and Kuminga will drop 25, and we'll win game 4. But Jimmy Butler needs to show up. Not the Miami Jimmy Butler of the last 12 months. The Jimmy Butler that took out the T-Wolves by himself. He just needs to show up and do it again.
Well, you know what they need, Haas? They need an unsung hero. They need Jimmy Butler, but they also need your Kuminga, your guy that dropped 30 points. But every playoff series, like you just have those players that come out of the woodwork.
Buddy
Aaron
Hield, Game
Gordon
7.
been that for the Nuggets. Sean Livingston for the Warriors back in the day. And we only got a few minutes left, then we got to throw it to breaks. Let me ask you this. Give me your players that you are big fans of, but you wouldn't dare say it first if someone asked you who's your favorite player. Does that make sense?
No. You can word it a little differently, and I'll tell you the answer. You can word it a little differently.
Okay, give me your unsung heroes.
The number one unsung hero of all time, Big Shot Bob, Robert Horry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're in the right alley that I'm talking about then. I was thinking a little more like the completely irrelevant that you're just a fan of, but you really shouldn't be at all.
Steve Kerr. John Paxson.
Marcelo Huertas. Ricky Rubio. Guys like that.
Sasha Vujacic.
Yeah. Luol Deng. I was a big Luol Deng fan.
Gosh.
He was a good player, but you're not going to run into someone that says like, I love Luol Deng. That's my
so
guy.
Robert Horry's too good for this argument then.
I think so, yeah. I'm
It's
thinking
Derek
more
Fisher. Derek Fisher.
Yeah, Derek Fisher. Fox, if you want to go even further back on the Lakers.
Shaw, Fox, Ron Harper.
Yeah. Carlos Boozer. I couldn't get enough of Carlos Boozer growing up as well. A lot of
Caruso.
Yeah, Caruso is the T of that.
So like Reeves and Horry are too good.
Yeah, I think so. They got to be guys that are borderline. Like why, Zach Randolph might even be too good for this.
No. He was an all-star, man. He's too good.
Yeah.
All right. So in the last 20 years, who's an unsung hero? No. And Ron Artest is too good also.
Yeah.
Rondo's too good.
Hard because you forget about these guys for a reason. They're not very impactful.
You want to know who one of the greatest Lakers of all time is that caused so much for the Lakers?
Yeah, let me hear it.
Vlade Divac.
Okay. I've heard that before. Like not to that extent.
The trade for him to the Hornets to get Kobe and open up his salary so that they can sign Shaq as a free agent. So the Lakers got
paid.
What?
How high was the salary? I guess it's
not that high, but enough to be like, you know what? The books are open. We can go get Shaq. And then we got a draft pick that got them Kobe Bryant out of it. It's not talked about enough. This was in 1996.
Interesting. Was he good at that point? Like, was the fan reaction?
Yeah. He was a good Laker.
Good
enough to get a pick from the Hornets.
What a terrible way for your name to get erased in history. He's the guy that the reason why Kobe could become a Laker. Yeah, unfortunately. I was gonna talk
no, not Kobe. Kobe and Shaq. I mean, whether I'm telling the
traded
Lincoln right now
for Kobe and Shaq.
You are the reason the Lakers got Kobe and Shaq. Greatest Laker of all time. Boom.
There you have it. Haas Tabrizi, we got to throw it to break in about 20 seconds here. And then we'll have some Royals officially taking over on the FM airways. What do you want to talk about in segments 2 and 3? We could even talk about the 16 college football playoff proposal, which is crazy.
16 teams.
Oh,
gosh.
Maybe we'll talk about that next.
NBA. Keep going with the NBA.
I mean, a little more NBA as well. They'll go anywhere.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hey, what are you talking about over there?
Huh?
I said, what are you talking about?
You know, Bill, I think it's time for both of us to get our hearing checked. We should head over to Christensen Hearing Analytics.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about them. They offer a free hearing consultation and screening, affordable hearing aid prices, and a knowledgeable staff with over 30 years of experience.
Visit Christensen Hearing Analytics today in Williamsburg Village or give them a call at 402-489-3450. Christensen Hearing Analytics. A better life starts with better hearing. Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Psst. You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead, sleep in. You deserve it, and choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK, make flying easy.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with the child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Hey, it's your girl Jordan from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. It's official. Wedding season is here. And we know that every detail counts. From bridal party gifts to the finishing touches for the bride and groom, discover our exclusive selection of watches and fine jewelry. Did you know we even offer in-house engraving? Celebrate your special day with a personal touch and a timeless gift they'll cherish forever. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law Group and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger, and you can get started now by saving when you join today. We have all the best-in-class equipment you could ever need, and you can work out your way on your time at any convenient location near you. Most open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save. Just $1 down, $15 a month.
Find your nearest club and join today. Deal ends Friday, May 16th.
See Home Club for details.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball.
Attention all Wings fans. Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids. First, I hold my hands out like they're on a steering wheel. Then I look over my shoulder. Next, I put it in reverse. Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Mario fue pintor más de 30 años. Cuando me dijo que se le estaban olvidando las cosas, fue difícil. Un día me dijeron que pintara el marco del lado por dentro y pinté el lado de afuera.
Yo le diría a la gente que le diga a su familia lo que está pasando con él.
Si algo se nota diferente, podría ser Alzheimer. Es momento de hablarlo. Visita alz.org/nuestras historias para saber más. Un mensaje de The Alzheimer's Association y The Ad Council.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here, summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
You're listening to The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. There's runs on the ones and twos. We do got Royals on the brick and mortar, which is unfortunate because we just got some great suggestions from the text line as well as to some of the unsung irrelevance. I'm not sure what the proper title is for those guys yet. I have to come up with something better than that. I did think of the one that I was blanking on before, who to me is the best candidate for this possible made-up award, Mike Miller, back in the day. One of the best jump shots you'll ever find on 2K. From the text line as well, from Kip J. Swishman, classic. And we got unknown texter, Eric Strickland, Ticket's very own. Says, so I'm good with that one as well. But yeah, I don't know, something about that. I remember in the guys, Birdman as well, just another one off the top of my head. You could argue he might have been too good as well. But Haas Tabrizi.
No. Birdman is he's not at the level of Robert Horry. Sorry.
The Birdman was incredible.
No.
It was tattoos. When I was young, there's no way you could afford that many tattoos and not be just an incredible NBA talent.
So just to make sure, I hadn't looked any of this up beforehand, but I just want to make sure to get this factually out there. When you asked which unsung hero that people don't really talk about or remember, they usually talk about all-stars. If you're going to talk about the Miami Heat championships, you're going to bring up Ray Allen's shot against San Antonio. You're going to think of that. You're going to think about Kyrie Irving in Game 7 and things like that, or Iguodala. Those are the players that you talk about that aren't the superstar. Mm-hmm. And that's why I said Robert Horry. These are people that you talk about that have done something that aren't the superstar. For me to bust out Vlade Divac as a Laker fan and put the wisdom on you that the Lakers traded him straight up for the 13th pick in the 1996 draft, which they then went on to use to draft Kobe Bean Bryant. And then the future salary was below $6 million for Vlade. And then for Shaq, it was a $10 million salary. So that allowed the space to go sign this mega free agent from the Orlando Magic and Shaquille O'Neal and create a dynamic duo of Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal. So Vlade Divac is the most unsung hero of the Los Angeles Lakers in the last 30 years.
Give it up for Vlade.
DP would never agree with that statement, but if we're talking about not obvious people, then there you go.
He'd probably agree. He'd be like, yeah, that's insane. I'm not even pissed about that. Like, of course, hindsight being 2020, no one could be. I mean, one great player couldn't replace the combination that was Kobe and Shaq. So I think he's cool with it, probably.
From NBACentel.com, the Charlotte Hornets general manager, Nico Harrison Sr., trades the number 13th pick. No. Clearly joking, but might as well.
Yeah, Nico Harrison's so lucky the Lakers lost in the first round. Like, he still deserves heat for it. And just because they lost in the first round does not rinse his hands of any sins he may have committed.
All right. Well, the 8 teams that are in the NBA playoffs deserve to be spoken about. So we'll transition to them. So the way that the OKC Thunder put a beat down on Denver reminds everyone how good they are. But Denver being up 2-1 and with Aaron Gordon just doing Jamal Murray things in the playoffs. just reminds everyone that they're the champs and they're so good themselves. So is that the best series to watch the rest of the way for the semifinals?
I think so. I want to ask you this too. Is Aaron Gordon turned into Andre Iguodala?
It has to be something with his brother passing and like wearing his number and like just putting in the work. He has some superpowers right now. Like it means something. Like it shooting 40% from three while being a mega star dunker just is ridiculous. Like he's tall, athletic, can defend, and now he can shoot the three, like almost being a 7-footer. It's
easy to root for as well. Even before, the tragic story. And if you guys want to look into it with his brother, you can. But he was even before all that stuff, like a really nice, likable player. So for him taking off, I think the Nuggets most likable team in the playoffs right now. Vote. Who are you going with?
So I wouldn't mind for Russell Westbrook to get his legacy going there and for him to get his redemption story. So if I were to root for a team moving forward, I would root for the Nuggets. I don't root for anyone but the Lakers. But if Russell Westbrook can get a trophy, Charles Barkley can never talk to him again.
And it'd just be hilarious too because Kevin Durant, the way he got his is always going to be tainted. Whether it's fair or not, it just is what it is. James Harden doesn't have one. And he got every superstar he could possibly play with, including Westbrook twice, 3 times. Never worked. If Russell can get this one, I mean, this would be huge. Because Russell Westbrook, if he doesn't get one, he's going to fall into that. Because Stockton never got one either, right? Chris Paul never got one. Like, that's just going to be another great point guard that, for whatever reason, could not ever get to that point of winning a ring, despite just being one of the best guards to ever do it.
So the thing for me is people just, I don't know if it's just they consume so much information, they get brainwashed, whatever it is, but there's so much disdain and hate towards Russell Westbrook. And just it's part of how he plays. So because he tries so hard, he's going to be in the play. Whether it's a good play, bad play, whatever it is, he is there. But he was an MVP. He was something to watch. I know it was 5-6 years ago. I know it was then. He's not going out there and saying, I'm the greatest player in the NBA. I'm not the greatest player of all time. He's not doing those things. He's just playing. And so for people to have hatred and disdain towards him, just that's laughable. Like,
well, you know what fan base was the worst about it too?
Which one?
The Lakers. What you guys got there? You guys hated Russell Westbrook. I couldn't believe Lakers fan base ripped him apart. And I was like, maybe you guys put him in a really bad situation and are now kicking him to the curb, using him as a scapegoat. When he was gone, guess what? It didn't solve all the problems.
Did we put him in a bad situation, or did LeBron put him in a bad situation?
LeBron and crew and company.
It was LeBron. It was Rich Paul. They could have said stuff to protect him and defend him, and they wanted him.
That guy out to the wolves. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't. I was never I shouldn't say that. I didn't mind Russell Westbrook. I liked watching him, but I was never the biggest Westbrook. Like, I got his jersey and everything, but like I felt bad for Westbrook when he was a Laker. I was like, this is unreal to a guy who just basically proved that he was one of the best guards to come through the NBA in a long time, and he's going to go up there as a Hall of Famer. That's just it surprised me. And I know maybe you didn't feel the exact same way, but Laker fan base ripped that guy apart.
As a Laker fan, I think it's looking back on it, and I'm sure first of all, to be clear, if there were sound bites of me in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, there's certain players I asked for to be on the Lakers. I asked for Russell Westbrook. I asked for Giannis. I asked for Luka. I asked for Anthony Davis.
Well, you're 2 for 4, and you got rid of one of them.
3 for 4. 3 for 4. So there are reasons why we want that kind of player. We want Jokic too. So there's a fifth one out there. Okay. So Kawhi is another one that we wanted. So missed on that one. But those are the kinds of players that we want to have. And so fine, I admit I wanted to see what LeBron would be on the Lakers too. So I did ask as a Laker fan, let's see what I would do. I just DP's not here, so I'm not going to let him defend. I'm not going to talk about LeBron when he's not here. The point of all this is Russell Westbrook has done enough. And yes, he's not the number one player anymore. He's not the number 2 player or the number 3 player. But he does enough in his role that it would be nice to cheer for him and see him get one. That's all.
And he understands his role too.
Yeah.
I think that's the most clear part. And his role at the Lakers was never clear. And I think that's why he didn't fit. It's not that at the Lakers he thought he was the best player. He thought he still was probably a little more confident for sure. But I think the biggest part was like he just never had a clear carved out role. It's like you're going to be 6-man energy guy off the bench. He comes off the bench, does that. No. We hate that. You're actually going to be playing on the wing alongside LeBron, and you're going to be pushing the brakes because LeBron doesn't always push the brakes. And then, well, that doesn't look great either. So then he just fell to the side because they can never figure out what his role was supposed to be. And
Coaching.
was it? Yeah, well, that's a conversation between LeBron and all his coaches too that he's gone through. Is the coaches, the players, is it the GM? Who is recruiting? Who or not recruiting? Who is pushing all the buttons to bring what players in? Did Russ go to the Wizards after the Lakers, or was that before?
Before.
Okay.
So the Lakers traded Kuzma, Caldwell Pope. I was about to say Ronnie Turiaf. Whoever was number 21 on the Lakers, who was a big. He had 2 years for like $19-20 million.
I couldn't even tell you. But yeah, my point was like Russ
and
clearly
a first round pick
came off being like the massive role of the Wizards, like he's just proven, but there just wasn't a role for him. That's why it didn't work out. A few more minutes till break, Hoss. You want to keep going NBA here?
Let's see who that forward was in the Westbrook trade. Number 21. He made around $10 million a year. That was part of it. The Lakers had a deep nucleus to win in the bubble. So KCP had his role. Danny Green had his role.
Dwight Howard.
They all had their role. Montrezl Harrell.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So it's Kuzma, KCP, Harrell, and the 22 pick for Russell Westbrook in a couple seconds.
Well, the Wizards loved it. It worked out really well. Is there a funnier experiment? We'll wrap up on this than the Kyle Kuzma and Poole experiment.
Oh my gosh.
To think that was your big two is laughable.
Durant and Booker.
Yeah, but at least like I can convince myself. I'd have to be 6 Coors Lights deep to convince me my big two is going to be Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma. Good players.
I know what you're saying. But you put Durant and Booker on the same team and not win multiple championships, let alone don't make the playoffs, and add Bradley Beal and don't make the playoffs. That is funny. That is embarrassing. Not the pool boy.
Was Monty Williams
jacuzzi
there for year one of those guys too?
Say that again.
Monty Williams, the head coach for year one of that as well.
For the Suns?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
they cast him aside to the Pistons.
Budenholzer
and then the Pistons fired him after 1 year. So,
gosh,
NBA is chaos when it comes to coaching.
They should start adding a stat: number of head coaches, not just rings, not just points per game, not rebounds per game, not assists per game, not plus minus. Go ahead and add number of head coaches, because if you're a great player, you keep your head coach around. Just saying.
That knocks LeBron off quite a few notches, if that's what you're getting at here. Hoss, we got to throw it to break. Segment 3, what do you want to set the floor? What do you want to talk about?
You'll surprise me after the break.
All right, we'll do that. Don't go anywhere. The Breedy's House, Tabrizi, Harrison Arns, talk to you in a little bit.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here, summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Authentic Mexican food is not always easy to find, but you can find it in Lincoln at Tacos Los Hermanos. Their birria tacos are worth the drive from anywhere in town, but their chicken, chorizo, al pastor, and asada tacos are also worth the trip. You can also try any of those meats in a burrito or quesadilla. You won't find a better toppings bar in the area or better dessert options. If you can't get there, don't worry, they do deliver as well. Stop by Tacos Los Hermanos for lunch or dinner today at 70th and Havelock Streets in Lincoln.
Your new Total Wine in Lincoln has the largest selection of wines, spirits, and beers, plus totally low prices and friendly service from our helpful guides. With over 8,000 wines, 4,500 spirits, and 2,500 beers, you're sure to find your favorites and something new. You can even order delivery, in-store, or curbside pickup. Find what you love what you find. Only at Total Wine and More. Now open in Lincoln next to Gateway Mall.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio, video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
At Allo, we go beyond internet, bringing you faster speeds backed by an all-fiber network. We go beyond TV and phone service, delivering reliable, crystal clear connections. We go beyond customer service with local teammates and no robots for a hassle-free experience. We go beyond value, offering transparent prices with no contracts, hidden fees, or data caps. We even go beyond our office doors by working, hiring, volunteering, and living in the communities we serve. Go beyond fiber. Sign up today at allofiber.com.
Yesterday, your water heater worked just fine. Today, surprise! When you're out of hot water, just call the plumbers at Bryant. In most cases, you can get same-day water heater replacement. What you won't get is a costly surprise with the bill. At Bryant, the price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. No last-minute extras for piping or ventilation alterations. Need a new water heater? Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
You're listening to The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment, The Breeze. Haas, Tabrizi, Harrison Arns, wrapping things up, at least for this show. We'll have the YWC hour after this one, and then Bill's Thrills, along with the rest of our Ticket Sunday content. All right, wrapping things up here, Haas, Tabrizi. We'll have NBA talk next week as well. And I want to talk to you about this just because I've never talked to you about the college football playoff expansion, or at least the idea of even more than 12. So last time they met in New York, which was last week, just this last week, the idea of pushing for 16 teams is still on the table, although it is not a decision. That seems to be what everyone in there, all the big heads, people with the money, want to go towards. What are your feelings about a 16-team college football playoff?
First place you go is what seed won the championship this year?
What was Ohio State? I couldn't even tell you. Obviously not 1 through 4.
8, 9.
Yeah.
Tennessee. So there's that. Now, were they misseeded? So if I'm a committee, I'm going to look at who has won. Ideally, the 1 seed should win. Now, we talked about that tournament, I think the Sun Belt, about, hey, this is their bracket. And I talked to my mentor, who's a Hall of Fame basketball coach, and he said there's 0 chance the 1 seed would win. He said the momentum that the teams will build from playing and getting better is going to allow them to win. So he said the 3 or 4 seed would win, and I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Either that or the 2 won, but the 1 didn't win.
I could see that, though, because that's a lot of time sitting there waiting.
But the 3 or the 4 got to play at least one time before the 1 and the 2.
Uh-huh.
So it gave them the momentum. So
I can see, 100%. I can see that.
So adding a 16-team playoff makes it more fair for the 1 seed and the 2 seed.
I hate this.
And the 3 seed and the 4 seed. It makes it more fair for them because they get their extra rep. Just hold on. How often do we watch the NFL and the number 6 seed New York Giants go on to win the Super Bowl? How often do we watch the 7 seed now in the NFL go on and get further in the playoffs? How often have we watched the number 1 seed in the NFL go lose in the first game that they play to a lesser team?
Sometimes I think you're really smart, Haas. Then there's days like today. No.
Are you serious?
I don't like this take at all.
I'm just telling you right now.
18 teams, how fair will it be? I get what you're saying about momentum. I get that argument. I get the reference to the Sun Belt, but
I'm just letting you think about the other side of it. The Detroit Lions,
the home game. If you want to make it more fair, keep it 12, move the bowl games to the first round, and then guess what? Oregon for round 2, at least get to Ohio State at home in Austin. You don't need to keep, expanding this thing out, because then you also have the problem of the water wasn't nearly as murky at the 4-team college football playoff cutoff. It got a lot more murky this year with 12. When we get to 16, you're going to have a bunch of teams in good conferences with 2 or 3 losses and a bunch of teams with 1 loss or damn near perfect records in weaker conferences. And now we're going to be, from having 3 teams with legitimate arguments that we pissed off to having, with 12 team, we probably had 5-6 teams that had legitimate arguments. We're going to bump it to 16. We're going to end up with, 12+ plus teams that have legitimate grievances. It just seems watered down. People are going to watch, but I'm not a fan at all. You surprised me, Haas. I thought we were going to be on the same page.
Well, I was just looking out at, I was using empathy, and I was looking at the 1 seed and the 2 seed and the 3 seed and the 4 seed, and how can I get a better advantage? And so, yes, having having an actual home game in that round would have been helpful for Ohio State, Oregon. I didn't say just do it the way they did it, though. So I think the top 4 seeds should be the top 4 seeds in the country if you want to go that route. And then you want to go and give some automatic bids, they should be in the 5 through 8 range.
Okay.
You can decide what that is, but this should be the 5 through 8 range.
Now
the
we're
1 through 4 should get a major advantage. They should, at the end of the day, I want to see 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't want to see 1 or 16 versus 7. I want to see 1 through 4 in a semifinal. Now, in that case, then just put 1 through 4. That's fine. But they just allowed the Big Ten and the SEC to have 300 teams in there. So you're going to have to open this up unless you want to go make 2 mini playoffs, Big Ten playoff, SEC playoff. Winner of that plays the winner of that, and that's it. You can do that too, and the rest of the country doesn't matter.
All right. You got wrong time. We should have started with that one, maybe. Haas Tabrizi, appreciate it as always. We'll have to talk again next week. This is The Breeze. Enjoy your Mother's Day Sunday.